I'm listening to my team. Oh yeah? Really? Find out if that's true in today's show. Welcome back to Year 7 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Award-winning franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Now, this is episode number 351. My boss isn't listening. So let's get going. If you're reading this title and thinking, this has nothing to do with my leadership, you might want to think again. We hear this comment a lot from the participants in our training. They complain that the boss doesn't talk to them enough because they're too busy, don't have much interest in their ideas, or do not seek their suggestions. In this modern life, none of these issues from staff should be surprising. There have been 2 major tectonic plate shifts in organizations over the last 20 years. One has been the compression of many organizational layers into a few. The other has been the democratization of information access. Bosses have been struggling to keep up. When we had more layers in our company structures, leaders matured like fine wine. They rose up the ladder in small increments over an extended period of time and were groomed for responsibility. There are assistants, aplenty, to do mundane, time-consuming tasks. The stripping out of the layers for the sake of cost-cutting and efficiencies has thrown this world off its axis. The few layers means the jumps are larger, the responsibility is greater, and no assistance. Boss busyness has resulted in less subordinate coaching and delegation getting done. Explanations have been replaced with directives. Do this, do that. Bosses don't delegate much anymore because they are time poor. They don't have the bandwidth to explain, so they say to themselves, it'll be quick if I do it myself. Does this scenario sound familiar at all? The internet has made information instantly available and free. Boss monopolization of information is not as easy or replicable as in the past. The amount of information emerging every day has become a massive flood tide against which resistance is useless. Bosses cannot be in command of its entirety, so they have to rely on others much more than before. They need their subordinates' help, but the sting in the tail is that they are not doing enough about accessing that help. Subordinates have good information, good ideas, get ideas, are closer to the market, collect the most up-to-date experience, and produce insights. Harassed, time-poor bosses have no time to seek out these ideas and bring these insights out into the open. They don't create the time required to coach. They do delegation, but in a way guaranteed to fail because they won't invest the time to sell the delegation. Find out more. We come back from the break. If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work?
Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now.
Welcome back. The consequence is that subordinates hesitate to engage with their boss because they see how distracted and frantic they are already. When they do talk to the boss, it's all very formalistic around reporting on progress on the various projects being worked on. Bosses don't bother to inquire about the other key things going on in their subordinates' lives. They fail to seek ideas and innovations because they are already preoccupied with their own work. They hover between distracted and selective listening. On a slow day, they might stray into the zone of attentive listening, but that would be a rarity in a year-long period. In fact, bosses tend to excel at pretending to be listening because they are brilliant at multitasking. They are mentally fixated on something else while they are talking to their subordinates on a completely different topic. Does this ring a bell? They are listening for key items which will be of interest to them, and they are tossing out everything else. The subordinate doesn't feel they're actually being listened to at all. They don't feel it is attentive listening, let alone empathetic listening. They draw the conclusion that their actual perceived worth and value to the boss is pretty low. They get discouraged and soon just stopped inputting ideas into the system. If you've not been hit up with an idea from one of your subordinates in the last month, take a moment and reflect on exactly when was the last time that happened. The chances are it has been a long time between drinks. The reason is probably that you are not really engaging with the team and making sure they feel they are being listened to. They need to know that their ideas have value, that you are recognizing their contribution. They want to see their ideas being put into application. Are you doing this? Are you really listening?
I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcast, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday, we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor.
In episode 352, we're talking about 2025. Here we go. Let's build our personal brand as a presenter. So yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.